Good afternoon, everybody. It is Carrie, and welcome back to another video. We are, of course, starting this video off a little bit, later. So, as you can tell, yellow lighting is full on. But welcome to another vlog. I have quite a few things planned. Actually, you can't tell, but I cleaned my room. I feel like the last vlog I did, I was talking about like the fact that my room was chaotic, and I don't know if this makes sense. I am not like an OCD person who's like, I gotta clean things. It's usually like I clean it when it gets like a little too much. But I don't know if anyone else is like this. Whenever I have like something happen and I'm not feeling good or like I'm really stressed out, I get so crazy about cleaning. It's like I just have to clean everything. And then once I clean it, and I'm just like, what now? So I had one of those moments yesterday. I was just like super stressed out. And I went on a crazy cleaning like craziness. I still have a box over there with a lot of cardboard that I need to bring downstairs. Besides that, like I swept the floors, I put the yarn up. I was counting my yarn in my yarn room, which I feel like I usually hoard my yarn so well, and I always bought like the 12 packs of Sweet Snuggles Light, right? But I fear I have also fallen into the I'm running out of colors. So I did end up going to Michael's and just buying the horrendous quality yarn to hold me over, hopefully, and then you know, we'll see what happens. But I was just like, I went on a crazy cleaning obsession, which is not me. So I have a few things on the agenda that I'm planning on doing. I laugh because I believe the last video I did, I was talking about like pattern testing and stuff, and I had applied for quite a few pattern tests but hadn't been like recently accepted in anything. I feel like I have 5 pattern tests that I'm in. You know, it's one of those things I find that's so funny about pattern testing is like, you know, sometimes you'll sign up for it, you know, because they don't pick right away. It'll be like a couple of days, or like some of them are open for a week, and then I'll just be sitting, whether I'm at the barn, I'm crocheting, or sometimes even when I'm sleeping, and then my phone will get like 50 notifications, and that's kind of my way of being like, okay, I got accepted into something. Magically, it just happened to be that I got accepted into like, I think I'm like 4 or 5 right now. You know, I love a challenge. I love a party. I still haven't done that custom. And before I show you guys some of the pattern testing, I actually uploaded my last vlog today, and it's the 8th. I was trying to do it yesterday, but like I said, I went into full like crazy cleaning mode, and the only thing I could ever think about was sweeping my floor like 10 times. So I didn't get the video out yesterday, but I posted it today. Guys, I am surprised by the amount of people who like the horse pattern. I had given up on it. Like, I'm gonna see, because I had posted it and I was getting some like notifications on my phone and I briefly looked at it, but I like have all the horses over there, and I was about to spike it and be like, I'm never doing a pattern ever again. I'm never riding one. And then I saw these notifications were like, oh, I really like the horse. And I was like, oh my God. I'm so surprised. So I guess maybe this week I'll try and do another horse. And I still feel like I could change something with the body. So I feel like if I can get through the pattern testing, I might do that and just like try and change a little bit with the body. And then if that's good, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll do it. I mean, heck, I need to brainstorm some ways to make a little bit consistent income with my big project, because you guys know it's, I can't, I'm not giving a number, but it's extremely expensive. Like 5 figures, we'll just say that. So I need to come up with a little bit of a way to have somewhat steady income and everything. So it's like when people buy the felt eyes, safety eyes, my patterns, all that stuff does help me be able to save up money to do monthly payments, the craziness of it all. So I feel like maybe I'll try and do a little bit of work with that this week, because I was just so surprised. Just like, because you know, I post some things like on Instagram and it's like, I don't know. I feel like I'm bad because I value people's opinions a little too much in some regards, because like I posted a poll on Instagram and it was like, I think like 10 people liked it, but then like 2 or 3 people said they didn't, and I was like, oh, can't touch it. So I gotta work on that. But I'm gonna show you guys the actual finished pattern test that I got done today. That is this adorable little fox. I absolutely love foxes. They are one of my favorite animals. It's really funny. Well, foxes and wolves. I was obsessed with wolves as a kid. Like, you know, when you would make usernames for like video games, all of my usernames had wolf in it. Like, that was just my favorite thing. Then a family member of mine did research with, I think, the red foxes, I believe. With red wolves, I believe. And so I just absolutely love them. So I applied to be part of this pattern and I was super surprised when I got picked. I painted these eyes with some of the holographic, but it also has a brown base. I kept going back and forth. I was like, oh, what eye should I do? Should I do something crazy? But then I was like, oh, well, it's a fox. Like, I feel like brown and then adding some of the little sparkles that I absolutely love. It's like, I feel like that would be a good, like, in between without being too crazy, I guess you could say. But it's super adorable. It has this little flower thing, which I think the original pattern had it in white. I decided to do purple. I was honestly looking at doing like a bright pink, but I feel like it could have been a little too much, I guess. So I did go with the lavender because I thought it was a little softer. And she does sit, so she doesn't need to be like propped up, or I don't have to put anything for markets. It does require a decent amount of sewing, but I honestly feel like the more I pattern test, I'm getting pretty accustomed to sewing. Like, it's not nearly as big of a deal as it once was to me, because I feel like typically with all these patterns I've been doing, they are larger patterns that do require a little bit more sewing. So I feel like it's good to have a mixture. So I believe the legs were sewn on, the tail was sewn on, the arms were crocheted into the body, the head was sewn onto the body, the ears were sewn onto the head, nose sewn onto the head. I ended up doing the felt noses, which let me tell you guys, using felt noses is literally so much nicer than using, oh, sorry guys, I changed my the computer screen change. Using the felt noses is 100 times easier than using embroidered noses. I know I don't have felt noses on my shop, so I guess let me know if you guys think I should do that on the shop, because I personally always use these felt noses now. I much prefer them over embroidery because I feel like it's so hard to get it like perfect with embroidery versus this. I mean, I just hot glue, pop it on. I think it's cute. I don't mess up as much and don't make it perfect, and I just love the look of a felt nose, honestly. So this was the first pattern test I completed. I got the pattern yesterday, and you'll see that like I really do try to get my pattern test done fairly quickly just because of my schedule and how forgetful I can be. If I ever get held back from completing a pattern test in a decent amount of time, I feel like recently it's because I've been painting the eyes, and sometimes I honestly just do not have time to paint eyes. And other times I'm so exhausted because I'm usually painting eyes at like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. So sometimes I'm just like, I am not, especially since I don't do it for like orders necessarily, it's for my personal stuff, it just kind of gets thrown in. So a lot of patterns like the fox, and then the one I'm working on now, which is the Espion for Pebbles Crochet, like I had all the pieces, like the body and everything crocheted a couple days ago, but I needed to paint the eyes for the Espion before I could like finish the head and like start assembling things. So when I had to do the fox, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the Espion eyes. I have, I think, some backup eyes that I'll probably use for Pebbles Goblin as well that I'm testing. So I'm just gonna probably use some eyes that I have in stock, and then I used another pair of eyes that I had in stock for a bunny over there, but that's typically what I feel like holds me back. So it's like, I'm like, oh, I don't want to feel like painting eyes. Not that it's a big thing, but it's just, it takes time and it's a process, you know. It's not like getting a safety eye that's solid black and popping it in. I gotta paint it, I gotta try and hopefully hope I can put colors together correctly. So then I guess I'll show you guys. The next one I'm doing is these Espion. I have pretty much like body, everything done. So I only have to crochet, I think, one set of ears. It has 2 sets of ears. So I gotta do the ears still, but probably tonight I will sew together the body and then maybe start on the other ears. Luckily, I have done so many of Pupple's amazing little patterns that I kind of have a general idea of how to sew everything. So it doesn't take me nearly as long as it once did. So I'm hoping to have Espion done tomorrow, so that will be 2. I still, like I said, will have her goblin to do as of right now. I know I have that one on my list. I got accepted to test this absolutely adorable wizard cat. I have not started it yet. I just got the notification today and was like, ooh, let me get these other things done. And I've applied for a few more things. We'll see if I get it. But the next one I'm working on finishing, which will probably be after the Espion, just because I like want to get the Espion done. But the next one I have is this Jester rabbit. So I went with this color. This is the head. Now the head still needs some like face shaping, nose, so it's just kind of big and bulky right now, but it will kind of sit like, let me see if I can put some sticks in so you guys, because I feel like when I was looking at it and it didn't have the ears, it always looks like a little weird because you're like, so it will have like ears and everything like that, and then it will have a Jester hat as well. And then I'm going back and forth. I might embroider stars into the body opposed to doing like buttons and other stuff. So that's another one that I'm working on, but I think it's gonna be like a tomorrow type thing. So the plan is for tonight, I'm gonna be working on sewing up the rest of the Espion and finishing that. Tomorrow I'll get pictures of the fox and hopefully the Espion. It's supposed to rain a ton here in Georgia this week. I think we're supposed to get like 6 inches of rain. So I definitely want to take advantage of any of the days that there is sunshine to get photos, because I know for sure like 3 days I'm not gonna be able to get any photos unless it's in here, and it never looks as good when it's in my house. It always looks a lot better when I'm in the sunlight outside. And right now everything's starting to like green up because it's been really warm here. So it would just look so much prettier outside than in here. And then I believe from there I will start the wizard cat, which is gonna be super fun. I'm really excited for that one. It's really cute, and I feel like now that I have so many cats, I feel like I have 6 cats now in total. I have more cats than I do horses, which is really funny. But I will check in with you guys tomorrow, probably with a updated photo or video of the Espion. Good morning, everybody. It is the next day, so it's the night. Don't even ask me about my hair right now. You guys already know how I feel about it. It's actually driving me crazy. I don't typically keep my hair super long. I actually have extremely thick hair. My hair is graying. I don't know if you guys can see it, but my hair is really thick, like extremely thick. And I do wear hats and everything and like hoodies to keep my hair straight, because when my hair gets like wet or if I don't wear stuff like that, it gets extremely curly. Like I have a mini afro. If you guys have been watching the channel, then you would know I usually have my head shaved. Like I usually have all this, and then I usually keep this pretty short and everything, so it's really manageable, because it gets really hot when I'm outside wearing like a helmet. It's so annoying, but it's the winter time, and so I typically try and not shave my head as much because it's cold, and you know, it's kind of sucks when you're outside and it's like 15 degrees and you have no hair. So I have been letting it get a little longer, but it's actually driving me crazy. I hate to go on camera and see my hair like this. And yeah, so that's my feel for the day. That's just ignore how I look. I think it just looks too much, way too much. I prefer it just, but I'm trying to hold myself off. I think last night I showed you guys this fox, so it actually poured this morning. I don't know what that was about. So my ring is flooded, so I won't be able to ride today, but it's kind of getting like, let me show you guys. I don't know if you can see, but you can kind of see it's getting like a little bit like, you know, sunny, like the clouds are breaking up. I think by this afternoon I will be good to take photos of this little fox, so that's done. Last night I was able to get a majority of the espion done, so I have the body all sewn up, and then I got half of the head. I still need to crochet. This is the other ear that I need to crochet. I have this bottom one done. So I got half of it done, and then when it's done, it will kind of just sit like wherever I decide to put the head, like this. So the espion will be done. I didn't work anymore on the bunny, but pretty much the only thing I have to do is a like little Jester hat for it. I feel like I can get that done because I'm not going to crochet the ear for this one right now. I'm going to go downstairs, and I don't like to sew downstairs. I don't know what it is. I think like I just try and avoid bringing a lot of stuff down there, because whatever I bring, you know, down there, I got to bring back upstairs. So I try and not bring like a lot of sewing and try and leave that for up here. So I think my plan is I have this, I don't even know. It's not the sand color. I feel like this could be fog because it's gray, but it's not. It's kind of got like a little bit of a greenish tint when you look at it in person. So I have the pattern test that I'm doing for Pebbles again. This is actually going to be a free pattern, I believe. It's called Grumbly the Goblin. So once it's released, you guys will actually be able to get it for free. And it's not a stuffy. I think it's like a legit plushie. So I think I'm gonna use this color, try and use one of my eyes that I already have painted. I feel like it could go really well with that really weird color eye that I have, and that way I don't have to necessarily paint anything right now, but I'm gonna have to paint them anyway. So last night, I think I told you guys, I got accepted to test this absolutely adorable cat pattern. Let me show you guys it really quickly, because I'm so surprised I got picked to test it. It really was like a shock to me. So I'm gonna be testing this little cat pattern. I'm undecided if I'm going to, like, what color exactly I'm gonna do, but I know whatever I'm gonna do the wizard one. I don't know if you guys can tell between like that bunny, my dragon behind me. I really like also like dark navies with yellows and whites. I think it's just so pretty. So I'm definitely going to be doing the wizard option. And then this morning I got a notification that I was also selected to make this Vulpix, I think is how you say it. I'm trying to remember. I mean, it's a Pokemon, but I'm pretty certain it's Vulpix. This person is calling it Ember the Baby Flame Fox. So I also got accepted to test this one. I do believe that I have applied to a few more testing calls, but you know, like I said, it's one of those things like you apply to them and then like a week passes and then you get the notification and you're like, oh my god. So there could be another pattern test. Like I feel like I know I applied to test, get this, I know I applied to test a cockroach. Like I think it was because it was one of those things, like I don't have a cockroach. Do you know how weird a cockroach is? So I was like, girl, no one else is gonna do a cockroach for a market. I want to do a cockroach. Do you know I applied to do a cockroach, which is still funny to me, and I didn't get into everything. Like there was quite a few testing calls that I didn't get into, but I was just laughing this morning. I was like, I don't know, 6 a.m. and I started getting all these notifications. It's like, yep, I must have gotten into something. But I do believe that Vulpix I'm gonna do in Premiere. I believe they did it in Honey Bunny, but I don't have all of the correct Honey Bunny colors. I feel like I can get pretty close with Premiere, and then it's a lot easier for me to order Premiere. I mean, I hate to do it, but if I had to do it, I could order Premiere off of Amazon. I have done it before. It's just much more expensive on Amazon, but if I like have to get a color, I can. So I feel like I'm gonna use that one in Premiere, but I'm gonna do this goblin today and Sweet Snuggles. Like I said, I can't ride. My ring is soaked in this upcoming week at least. I'm not going to be riding much at all because like it's supposed to rain 6 inches. So I won't be riding, but I'm going to work on the goblin and then I will check in with you guys probably sometime later today with the updated progress of at least the goblin, or probably I would say when I have Espion finished up and then the bunny, because that is definitely my 2 main goals for today. Because at least if I can get those done, that's like, I don't know, 3 out of 6 testing calls that I've finished. So that's definitely the plan. I am hand embroidering stars all around this bunny. Crazy? Yes. Glad we agree on that. I just need to do the stars, finish up the little hat. I'm currently listening to some classical music and going ham on these stars. Oh, and you can tell it's a bad day when the gloves come back out, and my finger, I don't know if you can, I don't think you can see it. It is like getting cut from sewing. A girl's got a girl, I guess, so let's get back to embroidering all these stars. I can get it done today. So I'm feeling very good because that means I have 3 more pattern tests to complete. Well, everybody, I feel like I finished up the rough draft. Like, I thought I had bells, but I don't have bells. So I guess I'm gonna decide if I want to end up adding bells to it because it is like a Jester. This is the first one. Like, well, I'm not gonna make any more, but I'm gonna let it marinate. I keep saying that word. I'm gonna let it sit overnight and look at it tomorrow and decide if I want to add anything else. I kind of played a little bit with like doing some of the like clown markings that you see, but then I was like, I can't tell if it actually looks good with everything else going on. Plus using the sinker eyes, it's so difficult to get the yarn like right up against the eye because I guess that sinker part's in the way. So it was pretty difficult. But this is our first little draft of my kitty. So like I said, I ended up embroidering a lot of stars around it, and then the ends of the little Jester. Oh, I don't even, my camera doesn't even want to focus. Come on. Okay, so the ends of the little hat have stars. It wouldn't even focus on me earlier. Now it wants to just focus on me. So I have my little Jester bunny type thing done. For the most part, like I said, I could add bells to the end. I could add some other things, but I think it's cute. I mean, I definitely didn't like it when it was just like nothing on the stomach. So I embroidered out these stars, but you know, they're not perfect stars. But then again, I wasn't going for perfect. Like, you know, not every star is perfect. That's what I have to tell myself. But I do think, like, especially from the side, I really like it. Sometimes I think looking at head on, just because of the head shape, you're kind of like, I see you, my friend. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm gonna let this sit overnight and then decide if I do the bells, I'll probably put them like at the end right here. So I could see myself doing that. But I got this pattern test done. So this is pattern test 3. So I completed 2 pattern tests today. I completed Espion, this bunny, the fox I completed last night. I got pictures of Espion and the fox, and then it's gotten super cloudy, but I'm really hoping that tomorrow maybe there'll be some sunshine. Oh, well, I see there's some rain around us. Oh, tomorrow's supposed to be cloudy. And then it's supposed to rain. But I believe this testing call period is, let me look real quick. This is due the 17th, so it is the 9th, and I believe that once we get through the first couple days of rain, like there's multiple days of rain with like a break in between. So I think the next day that it's supposed to be super sunny is Thursday, which is the 13th. So I would be able to get photos then, and I usually I'll send like I took some pictures in my house and everything that I'll send to the people and be like, hey, it's done. I just need to get better quality photos for you to like share. But yep, I got another one done. I like to say this is my little Jester bunny that while he's not jesting in court, he is dreaming of the stars. So now I'm gonna decide if I'll probably finish making the pieces for the goblin. I just have to do the head, and then I'm waiting on the person, Amazing Pebbles, to update the pattern with the ears and everything. And then once I get the ears, I'll just sew everything together. That one will be done. And then after that, we have the fox and we have the cat. Now I feel like I might get started on the fox because the fox has a lot of pieces. Like I have to make, I think it's like 7 or 6 tails, the body, legs, head, ears. There's like 3 or 4 head pieces. So I might start assembling the parts. I know the cat that I'm doing, the wizard cat, also has a lot of sewing, but I think it's very different. So I'll probably end up just honestly looking at what tester call is going to be finished or like due before the next one, because I feel like that's probably going to be the best thing, is to finish whoever's first. I feel like they're the same. So we'll see. I got this guy done and I'll either check in with you guys tonight, but I have a feeling it will be tomorrow, and we'll probably finish up filming this video tomorrow and see if we can get another tester done. But I don't know. I have somebody coming to look at board tomorrow, so it feels unlikely to me. Friends, I am running into a problem. Let me back you up real quick. I'm running into an issue. My shelf is getting really full. And I'm only putting pattern test. Actually, okay, so I'm only putting pattern test, which a majority of these are all pattern tests. The only thing up here that is not a pattern test is, I'm sorry, my pony is literally outside like acting like a twat. So I'm watching her run around like an idiot. And this picture always moves. Come on. I don't know why it moves. It has the little sticky things too, so it won't move. But the only thing up here that was not a pattern test is I did the Sonic during Christmas, 2 Jester dragons, Vaporeon, Umbreon, and the Pooh. Some of these things are gonna have to get off my shelf. I feel like the Koi Dragon definitely has to stay because like, I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna have to get it its own box, honestly, because it's so big. Some of these other guys, I just need to like, I'm also really afraid to price these things because, yeah, all these pattern tests have, I feel like, taken a lot more work than a normal thing. So I'm kind of like, I don't want to price them. I need to find a spot for this guy because I can't take photos tonight. It's, like I said, it's getting cloudy. I'm gonna take a couple days, but I don't really know. Like, there's only so much. I think I could maybe, let me move you guys. I feel like even this spot used to not have anything in it. I don't know how well you are gonna sit. So maybe I can move. Okay. Honestly, technically the Umbreon, if I really wanted to be like technical, should be over here too because it's an Eevee evolution, but at the same time, I'm trying to keep all Pebbles, like Eevee things, close to one another. But I love my Jester Dragon. Oh, this is hard. Ugh. Vaporeon is kind of getting smashed. And then Jester can go here. Sonic? I don't even know where I should put you, bro. I fear I'm not gonna be able to fit another thing up here. And I have 2 more pattern tests that are big and are gonna take us to actually 3. So I don't know. I think maybe on the agenda this week will be to go through and pick some of these items to start putting in boxes and pricing them. My least favorite thing ever. I like the small items because it's like, oh, you're just gonna be 10, 12, 15, whatever, versus when you get these big guys, it's like, do you charge for your work and your time and your energy? Or do you just like give it away for free basically? Like, that's the hard thing about large pieces. I do enjoy it though. Like, I feel like this is just giving me a little bit more confidence in myself that I definitely did not have before, but it's still like 1% higher than before. But I'll take the 1%. I will. So, I don't know. This is stressful. Good morning, everybody. It is now the 11th. So, I think I didn't film yesterday. I think I didn't. I don't believe I filmed yesterday. This just shows you how crazy I am right now. It is the morning. It is 9:22. It is starting to rain. So I was only able to get my horses out for like, I don't even know. Like three hours, I think. Something like that, because it started raining at like 8:30. And there's nothing more exciting than bringing your horses in when it's raining. 15-mile-per-hour winds and it's only 40 degrees. Horses, like, it's amazing. All of my horses were pretty much calm for the most part. And then once it started raining, they were like, no, we don't want to be outside anymore. They were screaming for me. I always laugh because some people are like, oh, you know, we leave our horses out all the time, or like, the horses don't care about being outside in the cold and the rain. Yes, particularly rain. I don't think they mind as much being out in the cold, but a lot of horses don't like being out in the rain. My horses hate it. They're inside, but I unzoomed you guys just a wee bit because I felt like we were being a little too one-on-one. I was able to finish up another pattern test last night and get about halfway through my next one. So this is the body of the next one that I'm doing. It is the Vulpix, which is a Pokemon. So this was the first time I've ever done this tail situation, and I think one of the best things I feel like that's going to come from me for pattern testing is I'm just learning a lot and doing a lot of things that I've never done before. Like, I've never done this type of tail situation. I know I've seen patterns that do have this type of stuff going on. I've never personally done it. It's just been really interesting to be able to try so many things that I would have never done. Basically, this is the first part of the body, I believe, because it's a pretty big pattern. So I know at least I have the head to do, the ears to do, which I believe those are 2 pieces. I have to do like all the head curls because it has a lot of hair pieces on the head. I have to do the thigh, the foot, and then I think the nose is crocheted in, but I still have like probably like half or more to do. And then of course the next part is going to require some sewing. But I ended up doing this in Premiere and Honey Bunny. Honestly, the reason for that is just because, you know, everything going on with Sweet Snuggles. I know my own yarn won't be here until probably like end of March, April, something like that, probably more April. I use the Sweet Snuggles, of course, a lot for markets and everything, and I'm trying to save whatever Sweet Snuggles I have for market prepping versus, you know, using Premiere and Honey Bunny. It is, of course, a smaller yarn, but I do know that, like, I can get it, like, you know, if I ran out, I could just go get it off of, like, Amazon or something, versus the Sweet Snuggles, of course, can't get it. So I'm trying to use more, like, I have my little wizard cat I'm gonna do is gonna be in this mashed potato color that's kind of like an offset yellow from Premier. Granted, that is a limited edition color, but I have like 10 skeins of it, I think. Then I've also been doing like some of the pattern tests and like colors of Sweet Snuggles that I've never used before or aren't really like a staple in my brand. So I'll show you guys. So this is half the pattern that I did yesterday. And then last night I was able to finish up this goblin for Pebbles. So this is actually going to be a free pattern that you guys can get. Of course, if you're going to use the pattern, make sure to follow her on her Instagram because that's where it's going to be. But I completed this goblin last night. Admittedly, I kind of think I was a bit drunk, even though I don't drink. When I did the horns, like one of them's a little bit more sat back than the other. I don't know what I was on. I think I was just so tired. I was seeing rainbows. And besides that, I do think it's pretty cute. Like, I have never done the sleepy eyes before. And then I got this little belly button and I love it. This is a color I don't typically use for Sweet Snuggles Light. I believe it could be called Fog. I think they have a color called Fog or something. I don't use it at all because it's not really gray and it's not green. It's like this kind of earthy middle tone. I did use the same green that I do my mallards for the inner ear. But I also was able to use some of my really crazy, I don't know if you can see super well because it's so dark, but some of my really crazy safety eyes that I painted. This is the one that's like green, and then if the sun hits it, it turns red. So I thought it would be perfect for a goblin. But I was able to finish this pattern test last night, but I don't think I'll be able to get photos for her until like this week. And probably 2 days because like I said, it's raining. Tomorrow's supposed to rain a ton. I believe Thursday is supposed to rain a ton in the morning, but by the afternoon it's supposed to be sunny. So I'm hoping I can get this done. But I think this is where we're gonna wrap up this video. So let's just say the creations that we were able to get done in this video, which was, I mean, a good deal all things considered. All my little creations. So we were able to get done this fox pattern test, and this was, I think, the first one I got done. So we were able to get this one done. We were able to get done the Espion by Pebbles Crochet as well. We were able to get done this Jester bunny. Personally, I think is probably one of my favorite things that I've made recently. I just really like color scheme. This is, like I said, I love navy and I like the little stars at the end. We were able to get this one done as well. And then last night I was able to get this goblin done. So 4 pattern tests done in the past, I don't know, 3 days, and then half of another one while doing my other job and doing all this stuff for the other projects that I have going on. So I feel like I was able to accomplish a lot. I did get picked last night for another pattern test. Let me show you guys the pattern really quickly. It is for another Jester themed animal. So you guys know I had to apply because I love the clown theme stuff. I've never actually crocheted a clown, but I always seem to go for like the themes. This is the one I'm doing by Red Mills Crochet, and I'm super excited for this one. This is her Jester sprite. So next video, we're gonna have another vlog. We're gonna be basically completing the Vulpix pattern test. We're gonna complete the sprite pattern test because I believe they are pretty close to being released to one another. And after that, oh, the wizard cat. There we go. So those are the last 3 pattern tests that I have to do. So the next vlog, we're gonna be working on that, getting everything together, and then probably it's gonna be me complaining about the rain because it's supposed to rain 8 inches. That's not even all the rain. It's supposed to rain again this weekend. It's gonna be absolutely crazy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you watched it, let me know which one of my pattern tests are your favorite. I definitely feel like I am impartial to the bunny, but at the same time, I do think the goblin is super cute. I think the fox is super cute. I mean, honestly, and the Espion's cute. So it's like, I love everything that I made. I know a lot of people that know me like in real life like the fox because they tend to like, I don't want to say like basic patterns, but they like I guess normal animals. So I'll make something that like I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome, like my koi dragon or any of my other like fantasy crazy color intricate work, and like people I know in real life will be like, oh, that's so and then they'll see me make like a tiny little apple and they're like, oh my god, that is like the most amazing thing. I'm like, girl, no. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your favorites and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.